All right, welcome everyone to season 4, episode 2. This one is called "Turning the Screw," and there's more of an internal joke. Sweet. So let's get kicked off. Last week we released a new app update with the leaderboards and rankings. Definitely check it out. It's super cool. Like, I spent a bunch of time seeing what are the OG CryptoPunk holders doing, the top link users. It's pretty fun. You can sink a bunch of time into that. The other major thing we got done was the bar spec and designs for the alpha. So it's really cool seeing just how the bar product is going to come together, the considerations around how your credit score changes, how it's communicated, how you actually start borrowing against it. All those nuanced things are really kind of inside and kind of socialized across the team. We had the Olympus style score, which drove over 500 new passports, and we probably had, I think, the most engagement on Twitter in many months because of that. So that was really big and really cool to see, and Lena will touch more on that. Then the liquidity mechanics for a bar from a contract perspective. So we've got a really cool mechanism that we're keen to share with you. I know we've kind of alluded to a stable coin in the past, and we've got something more interesting. It is kind of where I'll leave it at for now. And then this week we're making sure that just the team has everything they need for a bar, whether it's specifications, details, and requirements. Then the other bit for me, which I'm working with many people on the team, is thinking through risk, token rewards, and interest rates. So a lot of our system, we're pushing the boundaries of risk in DeFi, and we need to make sure we're still making sure the protocol is adequately compensated for taking those risks and remaining profitable, of course. Then just releasing scores in a more regular cadence. The kind of end of last year, every time we released a score, we kind of ran into a new roadblock. So being able to release them regularly is going to be really exciting. And then we've got the OG passport scene coming out. So thank you to everyone for your patience on that. Just there's a lot of things in the backlog, so just crunching through them one by one takes time. Then the other major decision which we're working through is understanding which chain we deploy bar on. So there are many options, but kind of only there's one that we need to start off with. Bar will be multi-chain, of course, but the first one really matters. So that's kind of where we're at with this week. Shout out to Hugh and Kel for getting a lot of the components of bar together and in place. Yeah, super excited for what we're going to launch. Main challenge is just ensuring the roadmap is prioritized appropriately and we can build with confidence. There's nothing worse than having all this amazing engineering talent and energy wasted on the wrong thing. So that's the thing that kind of keeps me up at night. But yeah, that's it on mine. I'll pass it over to Kyle for engineering.
Cool, thanks a lot, Carmen. So let me try to make this short. So last week, working on the GM bot. So GM, we're having a lot of fun with that. We did some tweaking on the score leaderboards. We saw really great engagement on that. So everyone's playing around, finding all the bugs. So thanks a lot for all the feedback. We made lots of progress on borrow. Decisions were made, things got done. So we can start pushing the needle on that. We also got some UI development and some contract development for the Kerman holders rewards. So keep an eye out on that. This week, we want to finish the bot, the GM bot, and deploy it, hopefully. There's been a lot of hiccups or a lot of unknowns that we're discovering, which is a ton of fun. We want to finish the multi-sig infra for Borrow. We also want to break out actual specs for Borrow so that we can go from the designs to actually implementing it on a very granular level. It's a lot of pieces. Of course, like Kerman said, release the OG passport skin and QAing the Kerman holders claim page. So shout outs to Gabe for pushing the needle on the Discord bot. He's been a beast. Welcome to Kirsten on the team. And Yarek for getting to the bottom of all the Kerman rewards specs on the contract. So challenges, Borrow. Everyone's talking about Borrow. Therefore, there's a lot of pieces in Borrow. So make sure all the pieces work together. Syncing with the data team and all the new changes for Borrow. That's kind of the same thing. And then making sure the Discord bot behaves like a good little bot, because it's not always behaving like the good little bot it should be. All right, that's everything for me.
GM. GM. I'll keep mine short too. 3-3 score got released. That was a good bit. They had really good engagement with the community, so I'm super happy about that. More scores being developed. We've been improving our custom score infrastructure because from the web and contracts perspective, it's really efficient. From our perspective, it is less so. So we've been improving that, and we're getting development time cut in half, code duplication down by about 90%. So it's very cool. Didn't put Kirsten in the shout out. I forgot to. Kirsten is new to the data team. So hello, Kirsten. Welcome to the squad. Other shout outs. Diego's been doing awesome work. I see him pushing commits at like 3 a.m. So big shout out. I can see he's obsessed with parts of the stack sometimes, which is very good to see. Liam, awesome work. Voice of the customer. I've been seeing you do analytics and stuff like that, and kind of giving us all of that information, which I'm really happy about. For this week, more risk calculations. To Kerman's point, we just want to understand what the profit roughly should be with a confidence interval, given some parameters. More custom score development, more custom score infrastructure. The biggest challenges is tight timelines. We got stuff to do and very little time to do it. That's it. Liam.
There we go. GM with my very blurry camera, I think, today. So yes, last week, Olympus score, great success, 4-out voice. I missed it actually. But and then I just spec'd a whole bunch of scores. So I did other things probably, but this is the highlight. So I spec'd like 13 new scores because there was a bit of a shift to people coming over to this side. So they got really cranked out. This week, ARCx reverse rug tested with the community, looking good. So a release this week. Going to re-engage the Olympus score with a 9.9 upgrade if there are 9.9ers still in existence after yesterday. And I'm finalizing some cross-chain research. And we're going to start doing these case studies, so running some copy on there. Challenges that I'm overcoming. So this week is tightening the screws, and BD is having the screws tightened on it vehemently. And so what's really happening is there is a redefinition of the role into 3 discrete functions, which was already happening, but now I'm putting on hats and putting on different hats on different days so I don't context switch too much. So they are demand gen, so anything related to demand gen, customer development, anything pre-product market fit, and just market insights, and then product distribution, which is post-product market fit, like get the bloody thing out there, how many things have you moved this week, sort of thing. And then shout out to Kerman. I appreciate our energetic jams coming in, your support in all things, and also Gabe. I see like great work with the borrow spec. I think it'll be clear to the market we're doing something really different in this space, and something that really is new. And wow, great work. So awesome job. Awesome job, Gabe. That's everything from me.
Cool. Hey everybody. So last week the focus was solely on getting high fidelity designs for Borrow, updating some of the documentation spec for the Borrow product, and then getting that all ready for sprint planning on Friday. So that's now been approved, and now it's getting put into like Asana tickets, as the engineering team update mentioned. A quick shout out. I just wanted to say, I think this last week has been great. A lot of focus and energy has been placed on all of these priorities, so it's been pretty cool to see the whole ship moving in the right direction. So for this week, there's actually quite a lot. As we got a bit of breathing room on the product side, we spent a bit of time yesterday really just rethinking the backlog and making sure that we're putting the right things in place and in order in terms of priority. We're gonna launch our OG passport skin finally, so that's gonna happen. We are also aiming to launch the Discord bot, which we've been alluding to the whole call. This is pretty cool. So basically, this is our first foray into DAO tooling, but there's going to be a really tight integration with our Borrow product, which we're super excited about. And as a point, just to mention, really if you look at any of the other borrowing products out there, no one's really innovated on the UX, and so we think that this is going to make a huge difference from the user side of things. Fourthly, we're going to launch the ARC, which is basically going to be the place where we have our public roadmap, careers section, and alongside that links to our Git book, which we're updating as well. And then a couple of small things. Okay, these are massive actually. Formalize our QA test cases. So we just want to get like really tight around like what we're testing to make sure that any release gets pushed out is like there's a consistent set of steps that gets tested. And then want to start work on the ARCx white paper, which is really just like putting a document to the out there to the community, which it describes like all the work we're doing and why we think it's unique for DeFi. So that's going to get put together over the coming weeks. But yeah, look out for that. Challenges: balancing refinement and building new features. So as I mentioned, this comes back to prioritization, but like we want to get more focused and try to be like go deeper and squeeze the lemon, so to say, around like the ideas that we have that we're really high conviction on. But we also want to make sure we're also looking at some of those future products and testing them and getting like lean tests out for those as well. And then for me personally, it's just getting deeper on the product technicals, so more of the engineering side, like understanding smart contracts and so forth. So that's all for me this week. Yeah.
Cool. Joel, over to you.
Yeah, just a quick one from me. Last week we got the stream back up and running, and I'll try and add some more improvements and some new features throughout the weeks. And this week I'll just be concentrating on the investor newsletter. So my shout out for this week is Jamaz. You're always providing great ideas and feedback, and it is really great to see. So yeah, thank you. And challenges, like I said, just new ways to engage with the community, whether that's through the live stream or just within Discord. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. We'll jump over to the Q&A section now. Thank you, Hugh, for getting those questions curated. So just going to jump into the community call chat channel. If you guys have any others, feel free to like fire away now. So we've got from Fakes, when OG are going to receive the tokens locked for having purchased the passport. So OG passport holders, we've got the skin coming out today, and with the tokens, the main reason why we haven't been able to give them out is because the cost of giving the tokens out by just paying for gas exceeds the value. So when we go on a lower cost chain and there's ARCx token / liquidity on it, that's basically when we'll be able to distribute them out easily. So for us, it's more like a kind of cost / technical limitation rather than us like not wanting to give it back. So we'll be keeping everyone posted up on that. Is the only score smart, i.e. will it know when I 9-9 on Fuse? What will happen if I remove some collateral and repay the loan? Will it know if I move my own from one wallet to another? I'll give this one to Liam because he's more across Scoreland.
Yeah, so first question, will it know if I am using it as collateral in a Fuse pool? So after probably a day and a half, yes, it will. So we're going to be we'll post an update on Twitter to let the people that are collateralizing their own know that like they can check the score. It works now. In terms of different wallets, I think was the second question. We don't currently support multiple wallets. There's a number of reasons for that, but yeah, unfortunately, we're only supporting a single wallet at this stage. Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. And then when roadmap and current farm. So we've got development on the current farm, so that's happening in roadmap this week. So very, very, very soon. But yeah, I think that's.
Kevin, you missed. Just the risk and Jimmers.
Yes. Okay. What are the team's plan for the ARCx token in terms of use case? At this point, it's almost non-existent apart from some minor DAO proposals and staking. So the token really comes to life when we get bar live, because then we have revenue, and with the revenue, we can redistribute it back to ARCx holders, or we can burn there's still like the exact mechanics are TBD, but the bottom line is like once we actually have revenue, that's when we can make the token more interesting. And there's also some interesting kind of vote escrow tokenomics that we're exploring into, but that'd probably be a bit more further down the line. Second, what's the actual MVP with the scoring system? Previously heard about possible exclusive farms that don't yet to be released. While scores are a nifty thing, my pleb mind has yet to be convinced of a demonstrable use case for the passports. So the main score which we're focusing in on is the credit score. The other scores will have more integration such as Discord where they can be used, but our thesis is that the credit score with the bar product is what really makes kind of the whole scoring system come to life. So number 3 from Jamal, what's the team's plan to create adoption of these various scores? Why should people care about them other than it being some flex? Once again, the credit score is the main score we're anchoring on and why people should care around it. The other scores will be integrated with Discord so that you'll actually be able to have roles in Discord based on whatever your score is. Fourth, are there any partnerships with anyone to incorporate these scores in any lending protocol to risk rewards point? There's currently no use case for these scores. Kind of answered previously, we're building our own lending protocol and that's how we incorporate the score and create the use case subsequently. What are the benefits to a user to have a good score? Having a good chain link auto score doesn't really benefit anyone except maybe if it tells people that I'm good at being exit liquidity for chain link whales. So the benefits of a good score in relation to the credit score at least will mean you'll have a lower collateralization ratio. So for every dollar you borrow, rather than needing $1.50 in collateral be liquidated, you'd only need like $1.10 or $1.05. So that's like a really tangible use case. It increases the amount of liquidity and credit in the crypto ecosystem as a whole. And that's kind of why like systematically we're all really excited about bar because it's that first major use case for a score. Auto score is a sheep score, so that's an interesting point. And yeah, I think that answers everything. If anyone else has anything they'd like to ask, feel free to fire away. But if not, we'll call it here. VE ARC, yes. Super excited for VE ARC one day. But I'm guessing that's it for now. So thank you to everyone for tuning in. Keep it up with the questions. We'd love to hear more from you because, yeah, we love to be as transparent as we possibly can. So thanks everyone and see you all next week. Bye.